In the presentation I gave through a little earlier, walking through the story that I make to customers, my tool bag was spotted, and I've been asked to share what's in the tool bag, how I use it in the sales process, and what I do to make customers feel more reassured. First thing I have in my tool bag, which I would use in the earlier part of the sale, if necessary, particularly for new to cars customers, is an example of the terminals. So I have a desktop terminal, and then obviously a portable or mobile terminal that can be used for both. I purposely put Apple Pay stickers on there just to give the customers the reassurance as to what the store is about. I took them through a presentation, but on the end of this cable here, you've got the two connections where I can talk through with customers, if necessary, what the connection is, how easy it is, and what's necessary. So I'll move those to one side for a moment. In my tool bag, in the side pocket, I've got some cable ties and a pair of snips, just to make life easier. So if you're installing in a customer and you want to make it look really tidy and seamless, just taking a couple of minutes to put a cable tie in and do a snip round it on the wiring just shows care and attention to detail, and that you want to make it look neat and sustainable. I've also got an example of the card that I can talk through the customers, so it's all in their box, and I've moved away from their box with their bits in. I can talk to all the installation, or if I run into any technical difficulties, I've actually got the full manuals to be able to pick up any of the more detailed codes and points that are necessary. Where I really feel that I add extra value and have something in my bag that's a bit different is I've gone to Screwfix Direct. You can pick up a 10 metre Cat 5 cable there for £4.20. It really often makes a difference if you're running around the edge of a bar or a location where a router's above a bar just to come down the terminal. Having that extra long cable in your bag can make a difference. Sometimes when you go into a customer, you'll find that there aren't enough network ports available in their router or on their network system. So again, having a small network bridge is the ideal tool, where you would simply unplug one of the wires from their current system, use a Cat 5 cable to make a link between their current router and this, plug it into the mains, plug their other cable back into there, and you've immediately got 3 spare ports to plug any of our devices into that are necessary. Particularly helpful if you're installing in bars, nightclubs, or more busier venues where there's more than one terminal. And when you've done your site survey, you've spotted that you haven't got that. The other way to quickly overcome problems is to go and have a couple of TP links. TP links are great devices, and you don't need any IT skills to put these in whatsoever, because they're plug and play and very simple. If somebody's router, and again I've got a router in the bottom of my bag here so I can show what somebody might typically look like. So somebody's router here at the bottom has some points, and they're all full up, and it's a long way from where the customer is, let's say out the back, or it's away from their location. You can simply plug a cable into that, plug one into the other end of this, and in the box, by the way, 2 cables are supplied automatically. You put one plug in one of the mains one end, and then you've got the plug in the other end. Anywhere on the same ring main in that business, you've effectively got that person's network switch and hub. Really helpful. Investment in these, you can buy these in PC World, Currys or Staples for around £20, and just either sell them on to the customer directly for what you've paid for them, or most customers are very happy to give me £30 out the till if I've done this job properly and correctly for them. Finally, one thing to have helpful in your tool bag, just in case, is a couple of spare till rolls, and it's also a good example just to showcase to the customer exactly what our till rolls look like when they're ordered and added on, and that's perhaps a good time to show them to the customer when you're presenting to the terminal. I've also got a little micro hammer in there if I ever need to pull any bits of wire or just knock any tacks in to do things, and also I carry some spare window stickers in case they're ever missing out the box and there's none in there, or if it's a larger venue with 2 doors, I've got some spare stickers to put in the door. And again, I also carry some spare merchant vouchers as well, ideal for when customers may have power cuts or problems, particularly if they're in a rural location, to get them out of jail. That's my little tool bag. I hope it will make sense to everybody. Just a few bits and bobs in there. I've also got a pair of gloves in there if it's a messy environment under a bar and you've got to start pulling wiring and paperwork out so you're clean and fresh when you go on to the next customer. Thank you very much. Hope that all makes sense.